Well, good morning, Whizz kids. My name's Teresa. You might not know me. You might have seen me. I'm married to the guy with the white snowy beard who talked to you a few weeks ago. Now, I want to talk to you about a guy in the Bible who I think we only have about 12 verses that tells us about him. You know, there's some people in the Bible where there's pages and pages and pages, but this guy just has about 12 verses. His name is Obed-Edom. Yeah, I bet you've heard of him, Obed-Edom. Let me tell you what happened to Obed-Edom. When David became king, you know David, the guy who with the stone who slew the giant. Well, when David became king, he built a tabernacle in Jerusalem for the Ark of the Covenant. And he went up to the house of Abinadab to bring the ark back to Jerusalem. But he was a bit hasty. I think he was overexcited, and he just did it kind of ad hoc, you know. And one of the guys who was helping to take it back, he stumbled and he touched the ark, and God struck him dead. And David panicked. He didn't know what to do about this. So he took it to the house of this guy called Obed-Edom. And Obed-Edom looked after the ark for 3 months in his house. And in those 3 months, God really blessed him and his family because the ark was in his house. But never mind, David built the tabernacle and decided he was going to go about it the right way this time. So he took some people up to Obed's house. He told the Levites, he said, you should have brought the ark back. You should have carried the ark because you're the priests. You should be the ones who are looking after the things of God and the presence of God. So they went up to Obed's house and they got the ark. And David asked the Levites to organise a procession, organise a worship band to sing and to play instruments in the procession taking the ark back to Jerusalem. And who should he ask to be involved in that but Obed-Edom? Obed-Edom was a harpist. He was a guitarist, if you like, on the platform in the worship band on Sunday mornings. And when he got to Jerusalem and he brought the ark into the tabernacle, he asked the Levites to arrange a group of people who would constantly be responsible in teams for worship and singing, just to give honour and praise to God. And yet, you guessed it, Obed-Edom was there. He was a worshipper. He was there with his guitar again, playing, singing his little heart out. But also, you know, he had a place of responsibility because in the procession on the way back, he was responsible for guarding the ark, for looking after the ark, which was the presence of God, after all. And then David said to the Levites, he said, I want you to arrange people in the temple who will continually offer praise and worship and service to God 24 hours a day. Can you imagine that? Church 24 hours a day. The worship band singing and doing their stuff 24 hours a day. And guess who was involved in that? Obed-Edom. He was there. But you know, I just asked myself a question. Obed-Edom had the ark of God in his house for 3 months. Did that make him a worshipper? To have the presence of God right in his home? Did that make him a worshipper? I think it would. When Jesus comes to live inside us, he makes us his home. He dwells in us. We become his home. That gives us cause for worship, to realise that God actually lives inside us. But you know, there's an interesting verse as well. It says that Obed-Edom served in the tabernacle. And part of his job, it says in Chronicles, is to do whatever needed doing. Now, is that our heart as Christians, as people in Whizz Kids, as people in the Hope City Church? God, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it needs to be done to make your church amazing, to make Jesus famous. I'll do whatever you need me to do in praise and worship and service, just to make you known. It's a good thought, that, isn't it? What are we going to do today for Jesus? Whatever it needs. Oh, come on, Whizz Kids, we can do it. We can make Jesus famous.